It's March here at Canada's Wonderland. The park is still closed, but we've got a lot happening behind the scenes. Here's a quick update on construction projects that are going to make your visit to the park this year a little different. Also at Front Gate, our main shop, the Wonderland store, is getting renovated and expanded. There's going to be lots of room for all kinds of gifts and souvenirs, but we're also going to have a new door that exits directly out into the Front Gate Plaza. And around the corner, we've said goodbye to one of our longtime attractions. After 26 years, Extreme Skyflyer has been retired, the tower is dismantled and removed. From time to time, we need to retire rides in order to make way for new attractions, though we don't have plans to announce for this area just yet. Over in Grand World Expo, our restaurant Backlot Cafe is undergoing an interior renovation and makeover. It's going to have a brand new menu this year we are sure you're going to love. And for our Prestige Pass holders, we are building a VIP lounge for your exclusive use this season. It's going to be constructed at Allswell Hall in Medieval Fair. More on that to come. And lastly, there's a lot of work happening around Wonder Mountain. Some of the buildings in our Alpine area have been removed, Tiny Tom's is getting a new location, so this area is going to look a lot different when you get back. Stay tuned in early April for a special announcement about some of this construction. We think you're going to like it. We think you're going to like it. We think you're going to like it. We think you're going to like it.
Alrighty, I have a construction update for you guys today. I have one every day, but nonetheless, Antique Cars is coming along really nicely. Why did I say Antique Cars? The helicopter ride is coming along really nicely. The painting is taking place on the station and the ride. Antique Cars is showing no sign of activity quite yet. I am keeping an eye on this plot of land, even though I'm not completely sold yet that it is going to head over here. There are two directions this coaster can go, and it's become even more confusing with this third tunnel. But I think that the park, if you've watched the video before, they're teasing the Alpine area. So I'm hoping that it's heading out this area. It would be crazy if it's taking up both Alpine and Extreme Skyflyer's plot of land. So, but who knows? I have heard that this is going to be Canada's Wonderland's biggest investment in history. So, I mean, this could be our largest coaster ever. But fingers crossed on that. With that being said, I do want you guys to take note that it is true Cedar Fair fashion to enhance the areas that their coasters take up. So with the helicopters being enhanced currently, I could totally see this coaster heading out in that direction, but it also could be completely unrelated. So keep that in mind as well. Again, everything we discuss without the term's official prediction is just speculation and reporting what we're seeing live. With that being said, the third new tunnel is coming along nicely. There are no dug out sections like the second tunnel. It is just a flat ramp. And you'll see more of that development in tomorrow's construction update. So I'll be able to show you guys a little more of that. Not much going on in the old Thunder Run station and the old drink stand. Still just dug out, as you can tell. The Shockwave queue line still needs a little work too before season opener. The second tunnel right next to Vortex is coming along really nicely, and you're going to see a really cool update tomorrow on that, or if you're a Patreon, you'll get to see that very shortly. So really excited about that development. It's honestly so to explain it, it's about 10 feet down from queue path. There's no ramp. It's not wheelchair accessible currently. Again, that could change, but it does align perfectly with the curbs. But in the tunnel, it's definitely taking structure form. So outside the tunnel, it looks like a retaining wall, but inside the tunnel, they are developing a structure. So just to give you guys a little food for thought there in terms of what it could be. I also want you guys to know and understand that they usually, about 99% of the time, start with the station on a coaster project, especially one that is going to have an electrical room, and a lot more tech and advancement tech than your typical ride. So again, it's very easy / typical to assume that that is the station area or the electrical room at most. Again, I know a lot of people are saying, well, it's looking like the entrance and exit to the ride. Well, guys, like, they never start with infrastructure for queuing or pathways and all that. It would be completely not typical for them to build the entrance and exit into the mountain without the other parts of the ride started as well. And I can tell you that there's not much built inside that tunnel yet. So what you're seeing and what I've heard through the Birdie Mill is that this is the station area for the ride. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Here's that other angle of the new third tunnel being constructed. So as you can see, it's a very simple flat ramp. You're going to see more of that in tomorrow's update. But very interesting, very similar-ish in size. So we measured it on Google. It is about 4.83 meters wide, but that is the actual cutout size and not the, if you can tell, they're building like a slightly lower trench than the side pieces around it. Extreme Skyflyer, I have a really cool update for you guys tomorrow. Again, things are advancing really quickly, so here they are cutting it up and trashing it in yesterday's footage. And yeah, really excited to show you guys what's happening over there in tomorrow's update. And yeah, again, Grace dropped that this was for a future attraction that they're not ready to announce yet. So again, that brings your mind over. No way they're removing this for a 2026 flat ride. That would be completely ridiculous in terms of timing. Over at Front Gate, they've removed the god-awful, ugly Leviathan colors from Front Gate. You have no idea how excited I am about that. It is time that they moved away from the Front Gate completely blending in with Leviathan. I hate this color. I know a lot of enthusiasts disagree with me, but I absolutely hate Leviathan's color, and having it on our Front Gate, I despise. So fingers crossed that this is a sign that they're going to go with more of like a professional business casual color, I guess. I really like the black on the auburn, I guess, color at Front Gate. So really excited. Hopefully that is a sign that they are going to change the colors there, because I know I'm the only enthusiast that hates it, but I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, so as announced, the Prestige area is in Allswell Hall. Truthfully, I was not expecting that. That was not even slightly on my radar, because that building is super important to Canada's Wonderland in terms of like a business buying out the park or hosting an event there. They use that a lot for those business events. So it'll be interesting to see if it's only half the building for the Prestige pass holders, and the other half is still utilized for business events. But yeah, really shocked by that. Really thought they were going to go with the Extreme Skyflyer building or Backlot, but that was also just because there was a lot of action at Backlot. But I'm really excited. I really hope they turn Backlot into its old heritage. I say heritage, but its old roots of the Ginza Gardens. So she did confirm that it was a renovation. So I'm really hoping that it's going back to its roots. It is getting a Lazy Bear setup from what I've heard through the rumor mill. So, I mean, to give myself some credit, I've been pretty accurate so far in terms of reporting on those things. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that I'm right about the Lazy Bear Lodge setup, because that'll speed up things. And fingers crossed that there's some drinks stands in there as well for us to use. I have a feeling there will be. A lot of guest complaints about that, and Wonderland has shown in the last couple of years they are taking guest complaints very seriously. So keep giving them feedback, because in the park's defense, they are, taking a lot of action in the right steps. So here they are inside the tunnel, breaking down that mountain concrete wall in the basement. So if you remember from the second tunnel, they did the same process. They dug it out, cut out the hole there, and then they removed the cement wall. Over at the maintenance tunnel, a lot of reinforcement going on. This part is getting really confusing, okay? This is getting really confusing with this first tunnel. We cannot ignore. I've been told that this was just a maintenance tunnel. I'm really hoping that person's wrong, because this is a significant reinforcement project. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching today's construction update, guys, and supporting the channel. Support us on Patreon if you really want. You don't have to, but I try my best to give Patreons early access to information and some detailed maps that I'm working on right now for our Patreon members. So thanks so much for being a Patreon. Have a good one, guys. Bye.